So, while I was at work thinking about what I was going to say in this video and stuff like that, there's just many thoughts in my head of how I wanted to go at this. Was I going to go at this mad? Was I going to go at this patient? Was I going to go at this with a clear head and all this? Well, after much thought, I'm going to go at it with a clear head, okay? This game sucked. It was great we got the point. It sucked the first. The first period was the worst, probably the worst period we played all season. Just breakdown after breakdown, turnover after turnover, odd man rushes after odd man rushes, and Longo was just held out to dry. I don't blame Longo at all in that first period. It's defense. Defense was horrible. Then in the second and third period, we just became the team we were playing like in that 2-month span of December and January, where we were virtually unstoppable. And that's the thing with this team, is just that they seem to have these bipolar opposite, they're bipolar. This team is bipolar, in my opinion. 1 minute they're like horrendous, and then the next minute they're like on fire. And we saw it against Colorado. We're seeing it in other games during this rough stretch that the team is going through. And unfortunately, this team has to play a full 60. They have to play a full 60. We're not doing it, and that's why we're struggling. Also, the defense has not been there. But I think this is a wake-up game. I think, personally, this was a wake-up game for the Cats. We got Huberdeau back, and come on. We played so much better. Yeah, the first sucked. We played so much better with him in the lineup, and he had a hand in 2 of the goals. We needed him in the lineup. McKenzie could be back Thursday, which would be huge. So again, it was more frustrating for me too. It was just that being in Boston, having to deal with the absolute horrendous shit I get, being a Panthers fan up here. I had to deal with all the Bruins fans giving me shit. But I don't think it was as bad as it could have been. If the score had stayed 4-1, it would have been a lot worse. But Bruins fans were actually really nice. And here's another thing, and a lot of people are like, oh, the point's not good enough, and we should have gone to, yeah, I'm not happy we only got 1 point either. But let me listen to this stat right here, okay? Prior to this game, in the last 5 years, the Boston Bruins, when having a 3-goal lead, are 114, 1-2. The fact that we got a point that made them now 114, 1-3 speaks volumes, and we have to look at that. That's huge. We honestly should have won it, in my opinion, in regulation. There were times Huberdeau didn't shoot when he could have shot. But again, I'm not going to fault Huberdeau. I thought Huberdeau had a great game. I really thought he had a great game. So I think, again, Florida has to learn from this game. We have 2 days off. Thank God. Purcell was also out. Another guy that also played well, Kindle, I thought played really good. And then, obviously, one of our new high guys, that Hoodler, he played phenomenal in this one as well. One other thing I think, too, that people, I don't think, are realizing how much this guy is an asset. Okay, yeah, maybe the enforcer role is not needed in this new NHL, as some people are saying, but it's more than that, guys. Yeah, okay, he can't produce whatever. He's not going to score 10 goals a season, and he's not going to be this guy, and some people even think he's a liability. But you have to look at it this way, okay? I am in management, okay? And guys, I've probably said this many times, but listen to what I'm trying to say here, okay? When you're in management, you have these, you'll have these guys that produce for you, are awesome and stuff like that. And then you will have these people that they're not going to be the top sellers and all this. But They are reliable, dependable, and they show leadership. Okay? And people feed, and then there again, these type of people also feed off, people that are skilled and really well feed off of these lower types of people sometimes, that show the leadership skills, show dedication, loyalty, and stuff like that. And I think that's why Thornton is absolutely gigantic to have on the team. The team feeds on. Again, okay, some people think, oh, he shouldn't have fought. It cost us a power play and whatever after, he stuck up for hit on Howden. And some people thought, okay, it shouldn't have happened. But it did, and the team fed off of it. Because they saw Thornton say, hey, you're not going to push my player like that. Okay? You're not going to take advantage of my team. These are my team. This is my team. This is my family, and I'm going to stick up for them. I find that commendable. Okay? Some people don't for some reason. But, Thornton's huge. In the lineup, in the locker room, he's a valuable asset to this team in other ways that don't show it on the scoreboard, okay? You need players like that. There's players like that on every team, and maybe some teams don't even have that type of guy, honestly. So that's my 4 cents as we're clocking in at almost 7 minutes. Again, another long video. So I'm going to close this out, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you after the game against the Ottawa Senators.